they should the students shouldn't get the money, because then they're just trying to do it for the money. They should give it to the parents, and let the parents decide if the children should get it. And then also, where the heck's the money coming from?
Okay. Well, that's a good point. Let's say in our economy, you know, they just passed a big stimulus bill. Suppose there was a student stimulus bill, and there's millions of dollars available. Okay? So let's pretend money's no issue, but it is a valid
Well, I
point.
mean, also, they would have to cut something, because stuff's already getting cut now. So in order to get a new thing, they'd have to cut like another program to get this program.
Okay, so if I understand you correctly, you're more of a fiscal conservativist. In other words, you're concerned about where's the money coming from to pay for this.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
chaotic.
Matt?
I think it's a bad idea to be giving like kids money for like getting good grades, because they're really just going to school for the money. It's not like they're doing it to help themselves. But
Okay.
then I'm also neutral, because I think it's a good idea also because then they'll know what it's like to be out in the real world having a job. If you think about it, because like you have to be at work, and if you do good at work, you get paid for it.
Okay.
So it gives them kind of like that.
All right, so you're kind of back and forth,
Yeah.
pro and con.
Exactly.
All right?
Thank you.
So I hope you can understand and
Peace.
appreciate the complexity of this issue. There are a lot of opinions, and again, it just depends on how you look at it. But your opinion does count. One thing that you said, Matt, I thought was important, is you don't want to send the wrong idea, is that the only reason that you perform well in school is because of the money.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just doing it for nothing.
Well, let me ask you that. Well, oh, we see Donald over there. Go on,
Like,
Donnie.
I think pretty much we're already doing that, because pretty much after at your senior year, if you done good like all 4 years, you get a scholarship to a college. So you basically do get paid for getting good grades.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that's where your payoff comes, with your scholarship. Okay. Well, that's a very good point. Greg.
Right now, I only think they should do that because like they'll be motivating people with money. So when they get in college, there ain't gonna be no motivation, so they just gonna drop out.
Oh, okay. He said a key word, motivation. Just take a minute, everybody, and think about what motivates you. All right? Now, when I was coming up, what motivated me was to see that smile on my mom or dad's face, or that sense of pride when they would be happy about something that I did. Okay? But we all have different types of motivation. There are two types. One is called intrinsic, something that comes from inside, and extrinsic. I was talking to a student in my other class who's on the track team. And you know our track team made the state finals because they're so good. And I said, making an assumption, that he was motivated intrinsically to be the best that he could be. And he said, no, Miss Addison, I was motivated because they bought my tennis shoes. And that's extrinsic motivation. So he received something for his performance. Do you understand the difference?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I want each of you to think of something that you're intrinsically motivated by and something that you're extrinsically motivated by. And then share that. Yes, sir.
I'm intrinsically motivated to get better on percussion and stuff like that, because
Oh, you're a
As-
musician?
yeah,
Okay.
as much as like if I try my hardest every time and then get even better.
So you practicing hours and hours at a time, that comes from the inside
Yeah, it's my passion.
for your desire, your passion to be the best that you could be. You got it. That's a perfect example of intrinsic motivation. Now, I don't want to just call on the same people. Come on, everybody has an opinion. Here's a new face. Dylan?
Instead of giving the money to the kids, you should ask the kids what they want, like to go towards a new class, like music,
Okay,
like a band, not like bands, the school band, but actual.
that's a good idea. So you're saying, okay, motivation is good, but let's find out exactly what you want. Everybody may not want money.
No, like you take the money that they get and they can add towards a new class or something,
Okay,
like music class. Instead
that
of
makes
just-
sense.
Yeah.
All right. Now, one of the videos we saw talked about being rewarded for good attendance. What do you think about that? Is attendance a problem? Have you ever felt like not getting up out of that bed in the morning?
Amen.
Okay. So if you knew, if you had a 95% attendance rate, or if you didn't miss more than 3 days a term, you get $100. Is that motivation?
Yep.
Okay. So you wouldn't give your parents grief when they came to wake you up in the morning?
Yep.
So what about this one? We also saw another video. Now this is the one I like. How many of you have your learner's permits? Nobody? Anybody have their license? What about the video that showed your grades connected to whether or not you can get your learner's permit or driver's license? How's that one?
No, I don't agree with that.
Wow, no, of course.
I don't agree with that.
Why not?
Because your grades have nothing to do whether or not you're out on the road or driving or anything. That's why I agree with it. It should only matter if you're going to school. It's not a problem with me to park out like back or something instead of driving to the school. I just don't think it should have nothing to do with the grades.
Okay.
think that's
Anybody
ludicrous.
else?
Miss A,
Yes, sir.
I think it does have to go with it because if you do not have good grades, why should you be able to drive a car and stuff?
Okay. Anybody else? Come on, I'm getting you. Jocelyn?
I think that it really shouldn't, because it doesn't really, it kind of goes, but not really, because what about that one kid or that group of kids that can't raise their grades to meet someone else's standards? If they're a C student or a D student, a D's not good, but it is passing. What about that kid that can't raise his grades to the school standards or to whoever's in charge of standards, to where it's coming back on them that they can't get their reward or whatever, and they're
Okay.
doing the best that they can, but it's not what everyone else wants for them, and they're trying their best, but what happens
Okay,
about
that's
that?
key. I'm hearing 2 key points: effort and doing your best. And that's what I used to tell my kids. As long as you're doing the best you can, that might be an A, that might be a B, it might be a C. Heaven forbid it be a D. But if it's your best, okay, that's what matters. One other thing, I just want to backtrack, talking about your response, Matt. I am an adult, and I'm concerned about irresponsible teenagers, nobody in here, getting their driver's license. When you drive, you're putting your life, when you drive, it's a life or death situation. So the one thing I want to be sure of when I see a driver on the road is that that person is responsible. That person has a responsible attitude. Now, I'm just asking, how as an adult does a teenager show they're responsible? What are some ways you show responsibility? Honestly. Somebody different, come on.
Wait, Donnie's gonna understand.
Okay, I don't want the same 3 people, and we have some visitors here today, and I knew that they would be able to just add to our discussion. That's one reason I allowed them to be a part. Come on, everybody. Don, Greg, and Matt, let's go. Let our young men start us off, then I want my young ladies to
Who's first?
add in. Donald, Greg, and then Matt.
All right, start.
Go on.
All right. How a person can proof that they're responsible to a teacher is like pretty much turning in the work, always doing something right in the classroom, always doing something extra, and also helping out the teacher too.
Okay.
Could be some good
Those
points.
are certainly good characteristics that I would look for.
I say,
Hold on,
like,
hold on. There we go. Good.
I say that, like, if you make a mess, you should clean it up. Cause I don't want the teacher to be back there cleaning up all your messes. That shows some responsibility. Then, hold on. I forgot the other thing. You can just tell real quick. Then come back up there. Beat me later.
All right.